Just doing this for you. You're doing it for the family.
Paige, I myself have come from a wrestling family too. I know exactly what it means to you. But don't worry about being the next me. Be the first you.
What?
What's up, guys? Josh Williams here, and welcome to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. Thank you so much for joining me today, because I am giving you my real-time review of Fighting with My Family. Now, not many people know, but I happen to be a wrestling fan. I haven't watched it in ages, though. How long has it been? It's actually been a while. But no, I've been a huge fan of wrestling ever since I was a kid. There was a time period where I kind of completely lost interest. I didn't feel like it was around the 2011s, 2012s. Wasn't really into it. But then someone, or say a certain wrestler, there's a couple other wrestlers that really got me back into it. But there was one particular wrestler who really did, and that was Paige. Paige, I thought ever since I saw her in NXT, that she had really had that something extra, that something real special that really made you want to watch. She is extremely talented. So when I heard they were making a movie about her, I was really excited. And then it wasn't until after I saw the movie that I decided to watch the documentary, because I heard there was a documentary out there, which is why they made the film. But I just didn't find time to watch it. But besides that, let's get into the movie first. We'll kind of briefly talk about the documentary after. I really liked this movie. It was really great. It's very interesting that it was written and directed by Stephen Merchant, which if you haven't seen some of the stuff he's been in, one thing you probably know him, he was in Logan. He was the guy who was with Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Wolverine and Professor X. He was the guy who was with him. That guy, yeah. I'll put something right here or something. I don't know. But no, it was interesting that he wrote and directed it, because it was actually very funny. I would say the writing was better than directing, but still, they were both very above what I expected. Really, I really thought it was still formulaic. It still had a lot of the same things you see from all the sports movies you've seen in the past. But I really challenge anybody to write a sports movie that doesn't have all the same notes and, different steps that you see throughout them. Just like Creed, just like Rocky, all have that. But what really helped it was, just like in the Creed and Rocky, or even Remember the Titans, that it was very well made as far as those same tropes, those same, cliches that we always see. They really made you feel something, because that's because it really helped with the cast. Now, the person who played Paige, her name was, how do you pronounce it? Florence P-U-G-H, sorry. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm not even going to try. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try there. But it also had Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, Nick Frost, which he's hilarious. If you haven't seen him in a lot of the other stuff, like Shaun of the Dead, he's funny. And lastly was the brother. What was the brother's name? It was, Nick Loden. Nick Loden, and then of course you have Vince Vaughn, who's in it, who plays the coach, and some shots from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I really like those parts in it, and I guess from what I read, those all, the parts you see with him in it actually happened. So that was really well to see him. He's always great. I mean, he's Dwayne Johnson, crying out loud. But back to why I liked it so much, and how it was able to really capture those moments really well due to the cast. And the person who played Paige, Florence, she was fantastic. The moments where she needed to be funny, she was, and the moments she really needed to be dramatic and make you feel the moment, she did. And that's also a person who played her brother, Jack Lowden, who he did a great job playing him as well. I didn't really know the brother until I watched the documentary, but just even in watching the brother on the journey throughout this really made you feel something, because it puts them at odds. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who wants to see it, but it really puts them at odds, because you see it in the trailer. She gets accepted, he doesn't. And there's a lot of drama that goes on there with that, and it really made you feel something as the story went on, especially towards the second act into the third. It really hits you home. I mean, there's a couple times where, I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty teary-eyed, and I really felt like that relationship was one of the key parts of this movie, and I really felt like it captured that really well. One of the last things I really liked, though, was Nick Frost. Nick Frost and Lena Headey were, oh my god, fucking hilarious. Especially Nick Frost. He's always funny things, but this one's the one I really laughed a lot out loud. And that was really in the beginning, because it starts off with all of them together in the beginning, and then it just mainly becomes Paige's story going forward. You still get some glimpses of them before that, but in the beginning, there was a lot of moments where I actually choked on I had some water there, and I actually choked on my water because there was a moment where I just couldn't stop laughing. But besides that, I will say the only thing I'm kind of grasping here what I didn't necessarily like, because there's a lot of stuff I liked about it. One of the things I guess you could say I didn't necessarily like is, while you had to change some things up, obviously for story purposes and for a film, there was moments that I know personally, not personally, but from learning about Paige's and watching her journey throughout NXT into the WWE, they really could have played on that more rather than how it transpired in the film. Because she was really in real life. I'm not saying how it's going to end up in the movie, but in real life, she was really gaining a lot of popularity. She was, they really made her into something that's going to be really big moving forward. Whereas this one kind of goes a slightly different route, more of an underdog story, which you could very well see happening. And I mean, that very well be the case. I'm not sure, but I always thought how they could have portrayed it in her journey to the WWE could have still played out just as much. But that was really it. I can highly recommend you guys check this out. This movie has a lot of great laughs, a lot of sincere moments that make you teary-eyed and really uplifts you. I mean, like, it's one of those very formulaic sports movies, but it's one of those you can watch over and over again and really enjoy yourself. So please check it out. Jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what you think of the film. Give me your positives and negatives and your score out of 10. Also, if you like what you watch, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, click that notification bell so you can see more up-to-date content in the future. And that'll do it for me today. I'm Josh Williams, and thank you for keeping it real with Real Time.